Hi everyone, welcome to this video on new series that I'm starting on the Arun Sharma Mindworks channel. A lot of you have been asking me. In fact, one of the most common questions that I'm getting is, will this institute shortlist me, whether it's from CAT 20 aspirants or from CAT 21 aspirants or CAT 22 aspirants. The same message keeps coming all the time, and going forward also, it's going to be one of the most important questions for that keep coming from all aspirants is, will do I have a chance at IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, any other top B schools that people typically look for. So in this series, I'm doing all the top B schools that you might want to aspire for. What are the selection criteria, etc. What are the minimum cutoffs, etc. So here goes. So today's session, the first one is with the biggest of them all. It's with a discussion around IIM Ahmedabad and what is the shortlisting criteria. So all the things that you should know about the IIM Ahmedabad shortlisting criteria is what we are looking at today. So let's start taking a look at this, right? Of course, one of the A and B are the top two B schools in the country. So the first thing is there are three criteria that they look at before they start looking at your CAT scores and other things for shortlisting you. The first thing is that you have to clear the cutoff, the following CAT cutoff. So if you look at this slide, you realize that belonging to a general EWS category, you have to have a 70 percentile in verbal ability, reading comprehension. You have to have a 70 percentile in QA and 70 percentile in DILR, and an overall percentile of 80 for to be considered. So this is criteria one. The three criteria they look at: C1, C2, and C3. तो C1 ये है, not very difficult to clear, obviously. If you are a general category student, also you typically want more. I mean, think about more than 80 percentile overall and 70 percentile in each section before you start thinking about Ahmedabad. Anyway, so this is the first point. This is the first criteria that you need to look at. Then coming to the next point, the second criteria. This is a killer for some people who have not done well in 10th and 12th. And what is important to understand about here, this is criteria 2 that they use to select you. And under criteria 2, what you have to understand is that they look at the average of 10th and 12th performance, not individual performances. And your average of 10th and 12th performance, if you're in the science category in 12th, obviously you have stream only in 12th, and your average in 10th and 12th is 80 plus. You are and you're in the general category or the economically weaker section category. So 80 plus in science, 77 plus in commerce, or 75 plus in arts and humanities. If you got that much, you are meeting criteria 2. You are qualifying criteria 2. So what this tells us is that a breakup of somebody who gets 72% in 10th and 89% in 12th, you can have one between 10th and 12th, you can have one performance which is bad, but if it's been overcome by a decent performance in the second exam, it overall the average percentage of 10th and 12th, as far as it goes up to 80 plus, it's good enough. And plus, please remember, when we talk about this average percentage, while calculating the percentage of 10th or 12th, they have specifically mentioned on the website, IIM Ahmedabad के website से screenshot लिया है मैंने. They have specifically mentioned on the website that your all the subjects in your mark sheet will be counted. It is not like best of 5 or anything. All the subjects in your mark sheet will be counted. So if you've got 6 subjects on your mark sheet or 7 on the mark sheet, they'll all be counted for meeting your for looking at your eligibility on C2. So of course these percentages drop down for SC/ST category, people with disabilities category, PWD general and PWD ST categories. It changes for different categories. And then there is C3. So C1 is CAT performance. Criteria 2 is your 10th, 12th average score, and criteria 3 is your bachelor's degree exam. How much percentage of marks you score in the bachelor's degree. Now this you need to understand what they are saying here. The minimum cutoff percentage your percentage of the bachelor's degree exam should be greater than equal to the minimum cutoff percentage. And what is this minimum cutoff percentage? It's set to be at the 80th percentile of the percentage of marks of the respective ACRC group of the applicants pool. Now, ACRC group will explain to you as we move on in this video. But basically, what they do is all the candidates of who have applied to IIM Ahmedabad are grouped into various categories, which are called as ACRC group, and this is based on your reservation category and your academic category. So these two are added, or these two are mixed to get your ACRC category. So, for example, if your academic category is engineering, and your engineering and your reservation category is general, so all the students under this are grouped together. If your academic category is, let's say, BCom, BBA, etc., they are taken together. BCom, BBA, BA Economics, this category is taken together. And your reservation category is, let's say, OBC. Then all the students who come under these two categories are taken as one group of students. So within that group of students, within your group of students, the percentage of marks is spread out from the top to the bottom, and you have to be in the top 20% of the percentage of marks among these. So for example, suppose let's take a very simple case to understand this. Suppose तुम्हारे category में, let's say you belong to BCom, BBA, OBC category, and in your category there are 100 students, and the topper in the category has a 91% in graduation. The second topper has got a 90.8, and going this way, the 20th ranked person has a 79.2% marks. This is the 20th rank from top. Then your score has to be above 79.2. If you have 79.1, then you do not meet criteria 3. So you have to have a tick mark on each of criteria 1, criteria 2, and criteria 3 before you have a chance of selection, right? Or for your GDPI. And then once you get C1, C2, C3, after that, if you're qualifying C1, C2, C3, then you need to start to look at what IIM Ahmedabad defines as your application rating score. So what is the application rating score? Let's have a look at that. So the AR score is created first, which is the sum of 4 numbers, A plus B plus C plus D. And then from there, from the AR score, the normalized AR score is calculated. And what do we do with the normalized AR score? Let me show that to you a little bit later. So look at the AR score. AR score is A plus B plus C plus D, where A is your percentage in 10th. So depending on what your percentage score was in 10th, greater than 90, you'll get a 10 point. Greater than 80, less than 90, you'll get an 8 point. This is the value of the A score. If your 10 standard score is between 70 to 80, you'll get 5 points on the AR score for the value of A. So your value of A can be 5, 8, 10. It can also be 3, 2, 1. Please remember, even if you've got 60% in 10th or 62% in 10th and a 94% in 12th, and your average of 10th and 12th, weighted average of 10th and 12th is more than 80%, you have a chance to qualify on criteria 2. Then B is the rating score for 12th standard exam. So we are building A plus B plus C plus D. You can calculate your A from your 10th standard score. Let's say you had more than 80% in 10th. Your score will be 8. And your B score is, let's say, whatever. If you're in the science stream for 12th standard and you got more than 90%, you'll get a 10 point. If you're between 80 to 90, you'll get 8 point. But if you're commerce stream in 12th standard, 75 to 90 gets you 8 point. In arts humanities streams, get more than 85 gets you 10 points, and 70 to 85 gets you 8 points. You can look at that and you can find out what your B score is. And then you can also find your C score. Your C score is your score in your bachelor's degree exam, and this is an interesting part of this, that this is divided into categories. Your bachelor's degree is divided into categories. AC1 is the medical category, medicine category. AC2 is professional courses like CA, CS, ICWA. Three courses are part of this: CA, CS, and ICWA. AC3 is where a lot of BBA, BCom, BA Economics, BA Commerce, Bachelor of Arts in business subjects, etc., comes in. So all those category of and you can check out what AC3, which category you belong to when you look at AC3 list on the IIM Ahmedabad website. So if you're an AC3, you need a greater than 80% to get a 10 point. And that's followed with your AC4 and AC6. AC4 is the engineering field, the engineering and technical subjects. Greater than 85% in graduation gives you a 10 point or for a C score. And 75 to 85 gives you an 8 point there. And then AC5 is your BA, other BA courses like BA in Bachelor of Arts in English, philosophy, any other Bachelor of Arts course that you do, you'll fall under AC5. I suggest that which category you belong to, academic category. AC is academic category. Which academic category you belong to for your selection process for IIM Ahmedabad, you can look at it on their website. Just type IIM Ahmedabad selection criteria and you'll get the details of AC1, AC2, and so on. So you then, based on these three things, you get your A plus B plus C scores. And then D, the D score of your application rating score is your work experience. Now this is interesting. A lot of people have a misconception that 3 years के बाद work experience वो लेते नहीं है. That's not true. After 3 years, the work experience rating score becomes 5. And that's the maximum possible. And before 12, if you have 11 months of work experience, your work experience is taken as 0. 12 onwards, the logic is 0.2 into number of months of work experience minus 11. So if you've got 17 months of work experience at the cutoff date, your work experience weightage you will get is 0.2 into 6, which is 1.2. So that's how it will be calculated. So basically, based on these 4 scores, the AR score is nothing but A plus B plus C plus D. That's what your AR score comes out to be. And your normalized AR score is your AR score. Let's say you got an 8 plus 8 plus 6 or plus 5 plus 5 plus 4, something like that for your AR score. You have got an AR score of 25. And this is divided by the average AR score of the top 50 across all candidates. So you can just assume that the average AR score of the top 50 will be 35. So 25 upon 35 gives you 7 out of 9, 5 out of 7 actually. You'll get a normalized AR of around 0.71 or 71%, 71 point something percent. So that would be your normalized AR score that would be calculated from here. Now, is normalized AR score के बाद क्या करते हैं लोग? Remember, you have to be in the top. I mean, you have to meet the criteria of C1, C2, C3 before you start calculating all this. If you're not meeting C1, C2, C3, then you don't need to do any of these calculations. तुम्हारा IIM Ahmedabad से call नहीं आ सकता है. So after that, then the other thing looked at then is your composite score. So composite score is calculated as with a 35% weightage on the normalized AR score and 65% weightage on the normalized overall CAT score. So what you can understand very well, that even if your AR score is not very good, but you are qualifying C1, C2, C3, अगर ये तीनों क्राइटेरिया तुम्हारा मीट हो जा रहा है जो मैंने स्टार्ट में बताया, और तुम्हारा CAT स्कोर अगर अच्छा है, because there's 65% weightage on the CAT score, even if you are a little bit below on this side, you can actually make it up by a strong performance in the CAT, and especially if you are in the non-engineering category, because non-engineering category mein, the performance, I mean, how does shortlisting happens basically is that based on academic category and reservation category, you have put into a group. This I told you earlier. The ACRC group is your academic category and reservation category. So if your academic category and reservation category is, let's say, engineering, general, engineering plus general, if that is your category, then they'll put you into this group of students. They'll compare you with other engineers and other general candidates. On the other hand, if you are an engineer and an SC student, so they'll compare you with that group of students. If you are a BBA, which is AC3, if I remember correctly, so if you're AC3 and general, so BBA plus general, then you will be you'll be put into the group of all those people who come from BBA, BA economics, BCom, etc. and in the general students of that. So वो group जो बनाएंगे उसके top 5% को ये लोग लेते हैं for the interview. So let's say this group has 800 people. Your category ACRC group, your academic category reservation category group has 800 people. Then you have to be in the top 40 based on the composite score. Composite score, remember, was that 0.35 into normalized AR plus 0.65 into CAT score. So composite score में तुम्हारा top 5% में अगर आएगा तो you will be called by the college. But this is subject to upper limits. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि तुम्हारे कैटेगरी में 20,000 लोग हैं तो top 5% of that is 1,000 people. They'll not call 1,000 people from an ACRC because they have got limits that they have set for every ACRC, and these are the limits. These are the limits which you can see. So if you belong to, let's say, AC1, that means medicine, or AC2, that means professional course, or AC3, that means BBA, BCom kind of course, or AC5, which means graduation, plain graduation, simple graduation in some art subject or or science subject. Even BSc will come under this. So BA, BSc comes under AC5, and you are in the general category. So in that group of students, the AC5 general category students, you have to be in all the students who have applied there. You have to be in the top 100 because they'll not call 101 people. The thumb rule is the basic percentage value is 5%, but subject to the 100 category. So 5% obviously will happen at 2,000. If your ACRC group has 2,000 students, the top 5% low or top 100 low same ho jayega. But if you've got 2,000, more than 2,000 students, the top 5% will be more than 100, but they'll not call you even if you're 101. They'll still limit you to 100. So these are the number of people they'll call from each ACRC, right? And under AC1, there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories of RCs. Under AC2, there'll be 5. In the AC3, there'll be 5. Under AC5, there'll be 5. So there'll be a total of 20 categories built here. And that'll be the number of students built here based on academic category and reservation category. And they'll call the top 100 in general, top 57 in NC, OBC, etc. Or engineering mein AC4 mein and AC6, which is any subject that does not belong to AC1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they have an upper limit of 150. So they'll call you till 150 people. So 3,000 people applying to Ahmedabad from your category, engineering general, then you have to be in the top 50, top 150. 7,000 people applying to Ahmedabad from engineering general, you still have to be in the top 150 to be called. So this is the decoding of Ahmedabad. So I mean, it's a very straight, simple formula. You can work out if you are looking at getting into Ahmedabad, you can just work out the numbers you're getting based on A, B, C, D. And then you need to work out कि तुमको top 150 अपने category में होने के लिए कितना होना चाहिए. So I hope this clarifies. Please let me know which are the institutes you want to get information about. As I said, I'm going to deal with all the top institutes in this. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. I'll come back with more for you.